Good evening from New York. I'm Chris Hayes. Wednesday. It's Wednesday, which must be Donald Trump's favorite day of the work week because his New York criminal trial for election interference is not in session, not on Wednesday. So on Wednesdays, he does not have to sit in a courtroom for 8 hours where he must be quiet and cannot control what happens. And on Wednesdays, he does not have to listen as his lawyers and the judge read into the record the various nasty things that people say about him out in the real world. Because that's exactly what happened in Judge Juan Merchan's Manhattan courtroom yesterday. Now, again, for any American, I think, other than Trump himself, like negative talk about Donald Trump posts on social media is the most mundane thing imaginable. The fact of the matter is he's polarizing and he is unpopular. Those two things are true about him. More people dislike him than like him by a margin of nearly 12%, though that's been higher in the past. It's nothing new. And again, both in 2016 and 2020, Donald Trump lost the popular vote in this big, great, complicated country of ours by a significant margin, by 2.8 million votes in 2016, by 7 million votes in 2020. Neither election was that close, to be totally honest. In off-year elections, Trump has displayed what Vanity Fair calls a losing touch, with Trump-endorsed candidate after candidate going down. But because of that one victory in 2016, enabled by the anti-democratic quirk of our electoral system, many people grew to believe, and this narrative persists, that there's some small set of elites that dislike Donald Trump, but the real folks love him. And that perception just kind of exploded in a place where the realest of real people congregate. Where else can you find a cross-section of everyone registered to vote, holding a driver's license or paying income tax in a particular region than in a jury room in a courthouse? This week in Manhattan criminal court, hundreds of real people reported for jury duty, as is their constitutional civic privilege and duty, where many of them were considered for the very first trial of an ex-president. A bunch of them told the court up front, there's no way I could serve on this jury. There's no way I could be impartial about this man. Others who made it through the initial rounds of questioning, who said, I think I can do it, I think I'd be impartial, then had their social media posts about the former president read aloud into the official record as they and Trump sat and listened. It went something like a late-night Jimmy Kimmel mean tweets skit. Here are just a few examples taken straight from the court transcript. Quote, good news, Trump lost his court battle and his unlawful travel ban. Get him out and lock him up. Watch out for stupid tweets by DJT. The posts also included memes, like one described by Trump's lawyer Todd Blanche, quote, as a picture of President Obama and President Trump, and it says, I don't think this is what they meant by orange is the new black. Another juror, Blanche, posted a 1 minute and 30-second AI-generated video titled, I'm dumb as F, Trump 2024. Of course, there were some people in the jury pool who appeared to support Donald Trump, too, like the man who told the judge that he, quote, would love to serve for New York and one of our great presidents. Couldn't. He's got a job he's got to go to. And that man, too, representative of real people, Americans, a county, in fact, Manhattan, New York County, New York, where 85,000 people voted for Donald Trump in 2020 out of 700,000. That's what Donald Trump had to sit through yesterday. Now, keep in mind, this is a person whose entire life in some ways revolves around a sick and destructive desire for praise, as well as revenge against those who dare to say anything negative about him. That desire is so strong that he has an ever-present aide who reportedly follows Trump around with, and I'm quoting here because it's almost not believable, a wireless printer to provide him with an ongoing stream of good news from the internet. Presumably, she followed him to the bodega in Harlem yesterday after a long day in court, where it would not be crazy to suspect that Trump's staff might have instigated these chants among the crowd. Yes, Harlem Bodega is infamous for the spontaneous Trump crowds that break out into 4 more year chants. Trump's fragile ego was further on display today in a social media rant against Jimmy Kimmel, who slighted him at the Oscars last month after Trump attacked him. Remember, he did that thing mid-performance. And according to Trump, quote, stupid Kimmel still hasn't recovered from his horrendous performance, especially when he showed he suffered from TDS, commonly known as Trump derangement syndrome. He then went on to confuse Jimmy Kimmel with Al Pacino for like 4 more paragraphs in that post, which was... Now, anyone will tell you, and I'll be the first to admit, of course, Manhattan is not exactly a representative of all America. But again, It's also home to like well over 1 million real actual people, real American citizens in all of our diversity and complexity. And people who do not like Donald Trump are every bit as American as those who do. In fact, and again, obvious point but understated, they are the majority, as the first 2 days of the first ever criminal trial of a former president has reminded us.
Hey everyone, MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.